Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Game Hub. I'm your host Gamer K, and we are in the final video of the month of March. March has gone by really quickly this year. I don't know why. But now it's time for another new video, and I wanted to do something a little bit different, something I don't really do that often, is talk about some of the card... Okay, actually that's a lie. I've talked about the card games that I do. But this one is a game that I don't really play because there's not that much of a player base in my town for this game. Lorcana. If you had told me years ago that Disney was going to be releasing a card game that's a competitive card game, okay, full disclosure, I found out about this game 2 years ago when I was in 2023, when I was in Greece with my family, enjoying time with family over there. And then I found out that there was this new game being released, Lorcana, which is a Disney game where the Disney characters are turned into multiple different versions of themselves, and there's like some hidden story throughout the sets that isn't explained well, pretty much, except with like little cards in the back, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't get the story, but the card art is fantastic. The game wise, it's pretty simple to Magic and Duel Masters, like using cards to pay to summon more cards. And again, I like to collect it, and we are 11 sets in with the boxes I have. I like keeping each box from every set that I get. I keep one, like a couple months ago, I collect every single pack. Well, one of each pack, because each box has 3 different pack art, and I keep them. I'm a collector, and I decide I'm just going to collect the cards, and it gives me something to do. I organize them by... A lot of people will organize them by either card color, number of set, or that, but I do it by the movie series or TV show, whichever will have you. And with set 12 and 13 already established going to be happening, and that Pixar is finally being added to it, I decided I want to get some ideas out before any new ideas are being shot out. I mean, I already know some of them that are being added, and in the future sets of what will be added later. So I didn't want to do full 13 because that's way too much, and considering I know what's coming out next. Toy Story's coming out, Incredible's coming out, I believe Turning Red's coming out for it, Monsters Inc. But before I start, there is one small issue that I need to address. Also, the game is created by the Ravensburger, the same people who do my Villainous game. So at least I know that it's in good hands. One thing I need to address, and it's the same issue I've had with Villainous for the last couple of years. Mulan has been done in Lorcana since set 1, and we are 11 sets in, and we're on 12 and 13, and not one Shan Yu card. Not one card of Shan Yu. And okay, yeah, they have his sword, but we don't have the Huns. We don't have Shan Yu. We don't have a Hyusaba. We don't have any of them for some fucking reason. Why? Black Cauldron got added before a Shan Yu card. The series, Gargoyles, DuckTales, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, for fuck's sake, has been added before a Shan Yu card. Seriously, what is the big issue with Ravensburger not adding anything for Shan Yu? Like, I don't get it. And some people say, well, maybe because he's a murderer and he killed a bunch of soldiers. Literally, seriously, that's your opinion? Scar literally killed people, and he's in both games. All I want is one. No, 3 cards. One of him regular, one of him as a Floodborn, one of him as a Dreamborn. Please, we need different variations of Shan Yu. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, and my small little rant over, here are GamerK's top 7 Lorcana ideas. And why top 7? Though it may not be top 13, here at the Game Hub, only the odd can be number 1. So let's get started. You know, if last year didn't give me a great new villainous deck that I still need to play with, I would have not done this idea for Lorcana, but I say we set sail with Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, they implemented Treasure Planet and Atlantis in it, so I say why not? Having Captain Jack and the entirety of the Caribbean cast being involved with the Lorcana set would be really, really cool. The locations could be obviously the Isle de Muerta, Port Royal, the Tortuga. We could have so many fun character designs for a lot of the characters. We could have Jack as a swashbuckler. They could have done artwork for him for a Dreamborn of him on the throne of gold, like he is at on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney. We could have him as a skeleton captain, like they did to make him a Floodborn. They could have him all prim and dressed up to meet Elizabeth. We could have her in her dress that she normally has. We could have her as the pirate captain. We could have Barbossa, Master Ragetti, and his henchmen. We could have Davy Jones. We could have Cutler Beckett. We could have Gibbs. We could have Little Jack. We could have all of the cast and all of the really, really cool actions, songs, items that are done through this game. Like, they could have a lot of fun with Jack Sparrow and crew. It would be a cool idea, and to be one of the first few live-action ones to be implemented in the game. I mean, they did it with Villainous, so I don't see why not. So, I'm hoping we do get Jack and everyone. So, bring me that Horizon, and oh my god, they're going to do a card of Why's the Rum Gone? That would be fantastic. Finding out that they did DuckTales, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, and then Gargoyles really threw me for a loop in this game. It's so clever. It's so niche for old school players, and it gets younger play. If you're getting your kids into playing this game, it brings up the old shows, and then you can show them how awesome the old TV shows used to be. And considering they're doing that, I figured, why not have fun and have the Recess Gang added to Lorcana? I mean, we could see TJ Detweiler and Vince, Spinelli, Gretchen, Bobby, and Gus. I don't want to cut my memory, but it's been so long since I've watched Recess. And have all the other playground kids, like the Diggers, Upside Down Girl, Swing Set Girl, and King Bob. That would be a fun card art for King Bob. Having the kindergartners be in action of Beware the Kindergartners, having Principal Prickly, Miss Finster, and Randall being absolute fun characters and villain cards. Those could definitely be really fun. Because the way they could definitely have it, I mean, again, it's all about reinterpreting the characters and making them into something really, really cool. So, I mean, I know it's a long shot. I mean, out of the entire roster of Disney Channel, there's not that much for a Recess to be done. But I think it's something that they can definitely have fun with. And that's what I love about the artwork and the style of these cards, of this game. They are so unique, so nostalgic, and it just brings so much creativity to what is all otherwise a creative source material. And I think it could be really, really well done. Have Recess be fun in a card game. And no, not a Jimbo. I still don't understand how that game works in that episode, but what can you do? But again, there's plenty of ideas there with all the weird characters that we got for Recess. And I will admit, that show definitely made us realize how fun Recess was as a kid. Since Pixar is going to be released into the next set and the set afterwards, we need A Bug's Life. To have, again, Bug's Life be something that's one of my favorite Pixar movies in general. And being Pixar's second creation, it definitely deserves a lot of respect. But to hear that goddamn turning red actually, no, wait, Zootopia was the first Pixar. Wait. Is Zootopia made by Pixar?
Which one? I found 4 made. Zootopia 2 was directed by Jared Bush and Ron Howard.
That's not what I asked, but okay. Oh, no, wait, no, it's Disney. Yeah, it's Disney. Okay, my mistake. But again, going on that, Bug's Life would be a really, really fun addition. Having Flick be the adventurer, the inventor, Princess Ada being queen or the princess, Hopper being absolutely threatening in card art, and even being manipulated with the Floodborn and being even more creepy and disgusting. Having all the circus bugs, the other bugs, the ants, Hopper's brother Mo, Thumper. I'm just saying it could be a really, really interesting idea. And again, they're bringing Pixar into the games anyway. So why cheapen out and not go for one of their old classics? For Christ's sake, Bambi and Dumbo were added to this. And there's barely enough cards there for me to do a full page for putting these cards in. Cards take up one goddamn half a page. Dumbo takes up 3 slots because there's 3 cards from it. And they even have the guts to do the Pink Elephant Song card. Because with Pixar being added, like I said again, with everything that I found out, there is one little guy whose movie is still talked about nowadays, and it's such a great movie, such great characters to be added to this series, WALL-E. I can just see the Axiom being a great location card with probably the highest level of abilities for a location. WALL-E can have his original form be revamped into a brand new cleaning bot, Eve, and having Otto, the captain, Mo, all these. Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, WALL-E probably wouldn't have the most amount of characters to be done. But it could definitely be worked and definitely give a bunch of new ideas, especially if they do it right. Okay, yeah, the WALL-E idea isn't really like my best idea for this. And these aren't in any particular order except for my top 3, which need to be done. But overall, WALL-E is a great movie that has great character designs that Lorcana artists can definitely work with and come up with something really, really original and creative. That's what I'm doing all this. Giving them ideas for creative characters where they can just go wild with the creativity. Because Dreamborn and Floodborn character types are where they take the character and twist them up a little bit and make them somewhat really, really cool. If you're a big... Okay, I'm just going to say this again. If you are a cosplayer or have friends who are cosplayers and there is a certain Disney character that they do a lot, look up online and send them ideas for the Dreamborn or Floodborn characters, because those are where the creativity hits a high note and the outfits and the looks are fantastic. Just go do it. What was I talking about again? Oh, right, Wally. Simple idea. Could be really, really cool. Let's do it. Number 3. With so many of the classic Disney Channel cartoons on here, and they just also added Lilo and Stitch the series. If we want these characters in the next Lorcana sometime, you gotta call them, beat them if you want to reach them. How is Kim Possible not been suggested? Seriously. KP would be perfect. We could have her as secret agent, as cheerleader, as her regular attire. Then Ron with Ron and Rufus, her family, Wade. The communicator could be a really, really cool item of searching, like paying, discarding it, and searching for a certain character, and adding it to hand. And then if that character you added was Kim Possible, you get to draw another card after you shuffle your deck. And then we get, and because of Darkwing Duck and DuckTales and Tailspin, this is why I picked Kim Possible. Because the plethora of villains they have is staggering. Dr. Draken, Shigo. I'm going to be honest, if they do Kim Possible and they create Shigo cards, oh my god, they're going to be hot. I'm just going to say that. Anyway, Shigo, Duff Killigan, Motorhead, Monkey Fist, DN Amy, Frugal Ruger, maybe? I mean, he was kind of a meh. Shigo's siblings, the Master, Aviarius, Warmonga. Who else? I feel like I'm... Oh, Senior, and Junior. They could have so much fun with these amazing villains. Even Gil they can have fun with and make him even more creepy. Have Bueno Nacho be a location. The Naco being an item. Her theme song being a song card. There's just so much ideas that they can do for goddamn Kim Possible and make it work in the game. My nostalgia childhood is really hitting a peak right now, but there are 2 other slots up here that have more than earned their spot in Lorcana. And even if I'm gonna be honest, okay, maybe not one of them being in Villainous, but my number 1 deserves to be in both games, and it's a crime that they haven't done it. Seriously, Black Goddamn Cauldron is in Villainous and this way before these next 2. And that kind of pisses me off a little bit. How? Considering they have songs being a card type, and it has pretty much every single Disney song that's ever done and kind of different variations of the songs, why doesn't Disney's early 1990s to late 1990s to 1999. Why the hell doesn't one of the greatest Disney soundtracks of all time not be in a game where they've included songs for cards? Explain this to me. Because Tarzan needs to be in this game. For crying out loud. The amazing, fun artwork they can do with all the characters. Tarzan being with his spear fighting, to being well dressed, to Jane. Put her in a jungle outfit. Because I think they did that in the TV series, Tarzan. Yeah, that was another weird thing that Disney was doing, giving every single show they did basically a TV series and seeing if it worked. And it definitely worked. We got a lot of great characters from all those series. To have Clayton being a great villain card, and to have variations of him being a super armored poacher and everything. Oh, the imagination is... Have Kerchak, Kala, Turk, Tantor, everything. And like I said, Tarzan's soundtrack being in all of these cards would be beautiful. Absolutely goddamn beautiful. To have the amazing work of Phil Collins being translated into goddamn card game. Oh, I'm afraid to put them all in my book because the sheer awesomeness of Collins' work could light my book aflame, just like it did the paper as he was writing it down. Oh, I'm geeking out a little bit. We could also have Sabor be an amazing card. Oh, oh, oh my God. I'm losing my mind right now. Just talking about it's getting me excited. Seriously, Tarzan being in Lorcana would make a lot, and I mean a lot of retro fans happy. Because I know other people online who collect the cards and go through them, and it's just fantastic. And it's such a could be such well good added because of the themes that are going on. Because it's all jungle into the wilderness. And a giant evil root that's happening, which I don't really understand how that's happened, but it's happening. I don't know the story. But again, having a jungle-themed character being added to a wilderness-themed expansion can definitely make or break a great run. Because they've had 11 great sets made. And 12 and 13 are on the way in the next 2 months, and then the next 3 months for the 13th. But all of this is amazing. But there is one Disney movie that I have yet to see at all in this goddamn game and in Villainous. And I've talked about it a couple times for my Villainous videos. Black Cauldron. We've had Dumbo, Bambi. We've even had goddamn... what was it? Sleepy Hollow with Ichabod Crane and the Headless Horseman. We've had that added. Get to the intro. We've had all of these, but not one goddamn card of Hunchback of Notre Dame. Are you freaking kidding me? Am I blinking? I can't tell if I'm blinking or not because that's how frustrated I am. From not being in Disney Villainous, a game where the villains rule, I can get. But to have one of the best characters with one of the best Disney females who's not a princess, to have one of the best Disney villains and have some of the best villain song not be included in this? I mean, are you kidding me? We could have Quasimodo ringing the bells, and for every song that's in your discard pile, you pay one less to play him. And then when he quests, you can return up to 5 songs from your deck, shuffle them up, and then he gains an extra lore. We could have Esmeralda in her original gypsy dress to that red performance dress, to her even being a Dreamborn where she's all from flames, or being another a trickster dancer like in Hellfire. Frollo. We could definitely have fun with Frollo. We could have him being so corrupted that darkness is all around him as he's scheming. We could have the song Hellfire, The Bells of Notre Dame, Topsy Turvy, The Court of Miracles. All these amazing songs and scenes being done and with a creative twist. We could even have Victor, Hugo, and Laverne. And yes, I still love that they named those 2 gargoyles Victor Hugo after the creator of the original story. We could have Phoebus and the goat and the horse. Not very, I don't really know their names that much. We could have Clopin the jester and everything. Everything in Hunchback of Notre Dame screams original artwork that they can create and make a really, really, really cool art for. I'm still waiting for it in Villainous. I'm still waiting. So, okay, you know what? I'm going to be honest. If we already have announced 2 new Villainous games coming out later this year. We have De La Cruz from Coco, which, again, I'm not mad about. I loved Coco. I love the villain. But then we have Hans from Frozen. Hans, who's a villain for like the last 20 minutes of the movie, is a villain before the literal depiction of creepiness, villain-wise, and absolute evil. But you know what? At least this October, we're getting the Sanderson sisters for Villainous, so I'm happy for that. But in terms of Lorcana, I make a promise to this. If either from Villainous or Lorcana, if Hunchback of Notre Dame is added to any one of those this year, let's see, what can I do? Let's see. I don't want to make goals and everything because they don't really pan out. So, if Hunchback of Notre Dame is added to Lorcana or Villainous at all this year, or if it's even announced that they'll do it for Villainous next year, I'll do a review. I'll do one of my videos that I've been kind of pushing back on doing because it's a bad list and it's gonna be so annoying. It's going to be so painful for me to do it. But I know some of you love watching YouTubers squirm and be in pain for... I think I know what I can do a video for. And E will be joining me for it because he'll have no choice. But yeah, I digress. All 7 of these ideas would make really, really good additions to the Lorcana franchise, and the artwork alone is reason enough to do it. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in for this video. The last video of my crazy March Madness is done. Oh, I'm exhausted now. Thank you for joining in, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and join me next time where I start off April as we link in to see more duels from my favorite franchise. And it's going to be the last of my top 13s of this type of this topic because, yeah, I would rather step on a Lego with spikes underneath it than ever do top 13 duels of these two. I will never do it. This is Gamer K, logging out.